Good morning. I'm Carol with Free Spirit Arts, and today is Tea Tuesday. So I first saw Tea Tuesday on Melody's channel, Melody Made, and I have since watched By Mimi with Love. I've watched Rhonda somebody just this morning. I don't have my phone to look it up. I will look it up and put the hashtag below, or her address. I'll link her YouTube channel. And it's just having tea on Tuesday. I mean, really, that's really what it is. So I got some tea. I actually woke up not feeling so swift, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna have some tea. And then it dawned on me, my gosh, it's Tea Tuesday. So let's see if I can fix this little ball. I love using a tea ball. Oh, well, I broke it. Dang it. Oh, better not do that. That's a mess. Years ago, I had to go. We live in Pocatello, Idaho. I live an hour and a half from Salt Lake City. And I had to buy a special dress, and I couldn't find one local. And I bumped into a place called Tevalia, which I had, Teavana, which I didn't know what I was in for. I tell you what, the gals down there are trained very, very well. I walked out of there knowing a lot about tea, but also I bought everything she tried to sell me. I was ashamed of myself when I left, but it's been fun. They have you can go online to Teavana. It's like Nirvana, only Teavana, you know. But I bought a cast iron little teapot that you keep hot with a candle. And I bought a mug that has a built-in tea ball kind of thing, a screen. And then I bought this set. Isn't this adorable? Yeah, adorable. Yeah, I don't need this at all. No, I don't. But I thought, oh my gosh, I can play with my tea set. It's like being a kid. I think I am going to get this out, and I will put it on something that won't get ruined. Oh, here. Yeah. Let's put some tissue in here, and we'll put it right in there. I think that's strong enough. This is Nutty Almond Cream, right out of the bulk bin at Winco. And then I went ahead and put a little bit of, it smells like cinnamon and yum. It really smells like yum. I put agave in there because I drink coffee and I drink tea, but I really don't like coffee or tea. I drink what Dr. Phil calls a hot milkshake. Let's see what it tastes like. This is my mother's china. It's a Homer Laughlin, I think. Yeah, Brittany. I love it. It's cinnamon. Yeah, nice. Okay, now I made a bunch of tags yesterday, and most of them I have already given away. I put them in the box that the Santa journal is in. And with a little card and things. So I need to make some more. So let's do that. I don't know if I can. Dry, hurry up, dry. I think I'll make them a little smaller. That's not straight. So that is straight, but that is not. So we'll use that edge. That's not straight. Okay, so how do you get a straight edge if you don't have a straight edge? So you must do like so. Like, Don't you have to have a start? Pretty sure that that's the factory edge, so that has to be straight. So let's take this off. Thanks to whoever was screaming at me. Maybe it's my mom since I'm using the china. So this china was really something as a kid. That is still not straight, Carol. What are you thinking? Because I have to line it up with this, right? So line it up with that. Don't waste the paper. Line it up like this. Right there. Yeah, that wasn't straight. Okay, that looks straight. Okay, now that I've wasted 1/4 inch of paper, about that size. Growing up, this china was always in the cupboard. I think my mother would bring it out at Christmas. I was not raised in a not sure how you could say it. We weren't rich. You may have heard me talk about why I do birthday month. But in case you didn't hear it, I'll tell you again. So coming up, we were never rich. We were never flush with cash, okay? And my mom was not a big holiday person, probably for many reasons. Cheers, ladies and gents. Where's my corner rounder? So, where is it? Oh. So my mother, she loved to cook. And back in the day when I was coming up, one of the big shows that she watched was a man that did The Galloping Gourmet. Do you remember him? So he had a TV show, and oh boy, she would sit there and watch that show and with a tablet and write things down. And at that time, of course, you couldn't replay anything. It was kind of a one-time deal. And I have her cookbook, and it has some of the things, the recipes that she tried. But she would try to make holidays special with food. And we had lamb, duck. Gross. I can't eat a duck. Oh, God, I can't eat a duck. We had some stuff I didn't like at all, but she thought it was fancy, you know. She made, what are they called? The bread that pops over, I can't think of what the name of it is right now. I never saw the big deal about it. I mean, they were good, but she only did them once a year, and you knew she was doing them. Cheers. Anyway, it was just my mom and us kids, and holidays were, everybody came over, we all ate. For years we ate kind of on our laps. When I was 8 or 9, the house that we lived in burnt down. And it burnt down about a week before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas, something like that. And I had learned weeks prior, my mom taught me how to crochet because we didn't have any money. I wanted to give my sister something for Christmas, so she said, I will teach you how to crochet. She got some donated yarn, and I was crocheting some slippers, which were basically a rectangle, a flat rectangle that you take one end, like you took the end right here, sewed it, and then you sewed the other end, and it looked like a little boat, but it was a slipper. To me, it looked fine. I didn't know any better. And I had one slipper done, and I was working on the other one, and I would work on it with this little TV tray. Well, at that time, I came home for lunch because we couldn't buy school lunch. There wasn't a school program there for kids like me. So I walked home for lunch, and my mom always had something, a sandwich and something sitting on the table, and I ate that, and then I went back to school. Well, it was a couple weeks before Christmas, and I was coming home, and I got about a block away, and the whole street was lit up. Fire trucks everywhere, smoke everywhere, people running all over the place. The sky was filled with smoke. And I was at the end of our block, and we were on the middle, out in the middle. And my neighbor across the street was a fireman. John was his name. And he came running up to me in all of his gear and helmet and everything. And he came running up to me and grabbed me and turned me around so I couldn't see it and took me toward the neighbor's house. Well, as we were passing my house, I looked, and my house was gone. It was black. The whole house was black, the outside of it. Everything from the living room and dining room was outside on the yard. And I can remember the sound of water, like a waterfall. And they were still putting the fire out. I didn't, of course, grasp any of that. But as we walked by, I recognized that in the yard was my it was a black metal TV tray with black legs, and it had these big white, I don't know, cranes or something on it. I always thought it was really fancy, but I don't think it really was. Anyway, there sat that TV tray and my slippers. They were black with soot, and the whole thing was dripping wet. Everything in the yard was soaked, and it was in big pile, in heaps. And I started to cry because I wanted those slippers, because I wanted something to give to my sister. And he wouldn't let me get them. And I was really bummed out about that. So he took me over to the neighbors, and that's where my mother was, and she was crying, and it was really a mess. Well, as you might imagine, that was really traumatic, and we had nowhere to stay. So one neighbor took me, and the Salvation Army put my mother up in a hotel and with my brother. He was much younger than me. And that's where we were for Christmas. So imagine not having any clothes, not having anything that you're familiar with, and you go to a neighbor that you may or may not kind of know. I went to school with their daughter, but we really didn't play together or anything, so I didn't really know her. So that's where I spent Christmas. And for Christmas, I got a brush set with a brush and comb. That was Christmas. So for years, many, many, many years, because of that and many other things, I refused to celebrate Christmas. I hated Christmas. I don't want anything to do with my birthday or Christmas. I thought it was a bunch of hooey and I didn't like it. Well, it wasn't until I was an adult and more mature that I realized, A, bad things happen to a lot of people. And when you get to be an adult, you get to decide. You get to decide a lot about your life. And you get to choose who you spend time with. And you get to protect yourself from the predators of the world. And you don't have to... I don't know if this is actually that color. I don't think it is, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it's not. It's like, I don't know, but I like it. So I decided, I guess I really kind of made the final decision after being with my husband, because his family celebrated Christmas in a big way. Huge tree, decorations everywhere, not in a rich sort of fancy way, just lots of Christmas stuff. Christmas sweaters, Christmas doilies, Christmas whatever. And it took me a little bit, but finally, cheers, it sunk in. And I thought, you know, I don't have to hate my birthday. And I don't have to hate Christmas. I don't have to hate the holidays. I can decide how to do it myself. So I started celebrating my birthday. And I started going as much all out as I could for Christmas. And I've done it ever since. And I love it. And I found that when I started working as a therapist, there were a lot of people just like me that had things happen in their life, and for whatever reason, it stuck. And they let it stick, you know, like gum to the bottom of your shoe. And it would ruin whatever. They didn't celebrate this, or they refused to recognize this, or, you know, whatever. And so I don't know why I had that epiphany, and some people don't. Probably from my husband's influence and his family when I recognized that, you know, not all people hate the holidays. And just because you've done something for a long time doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. So, I celebrate my birthday and I celebrate Christmas. Well, I've always tried to be a little grand about my birthday because I guess I'm making up for lost time. So it kind of became a funny joke about my birthday. And it was a few years ago that I got the kick about birthday month. Just when I heard about birthday month, I was like, oh, I'm on that train. Totally on that train. Probably the rebel in me was like, by damn, you're not going to tell me I only have one day. That's my birthday. I can do what I want. And so now I have birthday month. And last year, I think it was last year, that I realized that there's a lot of preparation time that people need for birthday month. So I need to kind of remind them. So I started doing pre-birthday month. Now, mind you, this is all in the spirit of fun, and it has nothing to do with money or gifts or anything, although I do tease my family and friends about it. You know, I'm available for gift giving, I'm available for lunches, I'm available for, you know, celebration. So anyway, now I tease everybody about pre-birthday month. I send everybody a little notice, you know, just wanted you to know that this is, you know, this is pre-birthday month. Just like last year, October is pre-birthday month, so get ready. Anyway, and yesterday my daughter actually called me and sang me happy birthday month. I think it's so cute. So, now you know a little bit about where birthday month came from. And that, to me anyway, is not a sad story. It's actually a story about resilience. And to me, this is how I see it. It's a memory about the human spirit. I love that color. I really need to do some pink and teal because there's so much out there now that are pink. Christmas stuff that's pink and teal. So I'm going to try to dig out some better paints and stuff. So anyway, that's why I celebrate birthday month. This is really good tea. Nutty almond cream from Wincombe. Really good tea. I don't want this video to be long. How long have we been at it? Let me see. If I could see, that'd be great. No idea. So I thought I would do Tea Tuesday and just muck about, as Tammy would say, you know. Little this, little that. I guess I put that away prematurely, didn't I? I did end up doing a little bit of stamping. Oh, and I know I'm not alone in this. Remember how I told you that I don't know what stamps do what? I watched some videos yesterday, day before, whatever, and this morning too, about ink. And I watched several, and it was a lot of information to retain. And I probably have a retention percentage of about 4%. But what I got was distress oxides are water soluble, so they don't dry fast. And if you add water to them and or alcohol markers, they're not steadfast. They don't stay. They're made for blending and making unique effects. Let's see. Pigment inks are not alcohol. They are alcohol soluble, so they dry slow. And if you put an alcohol marker to them, they smear or can smear some, but they dry slower. And you may want to stamp and then stamp again to get, if you want that solid dark color. Now this is just what I remember. I could remember it all wrong. And then, let's see. Dye inks dry fast, and they permeate the paper, and they're more steadfast. StazOn ink is permanent ink, and it will dye your stamps. And what was the other one? There was StazOn, and I have it actually. What was it? There's another one. I think this is no. Now this is a pigment ink, which means that if my memory is right, it's soluble to marker, and it dries slow. Let's see. Wash the ink off the stamp with water or cleaner. Drying times vary depending on paper. Embossing option. Re-inkers available. Acid-free, fade-resistant, child-safe. That was one of the things that I learned is with inks that dry slow, if you want them to be shiny, you can stamp and then put clear embossing powder and then use your heat tool. I didn't know that. Okay, so I don't know. Because that's a pigment ink, it dries slow. Here's how I remembered that. One of them remarks in one of the videos said the way she remembers it is dye ink means death, die, death, so it doesn't move. Pigments, she thinks of a pygmy goat, and they're always jumping all over and they're really active. They move a lot. So that hit home with me. I don't know why, but I thought, okay, I can put that in long-term memory. So that's everything I don't know about inks and everything I do. There you go. That's it. Let's see, where are we at? I think if I read that right, we might be at about 35 minutes. Okay, if you watched, so this is going to be a care project video. I'm also going to hashtag it as a Tea Tuesday, hence the tea. And I'm also going to hashtag it birthday month. So remember, if you want, I may use this video for birthday giveaway. So if you want to be included, you have to be a subscriber. Please do the thumbs up, and then in the body, in the comments, put, I watched this till the end. Okay? All right, guys, I'm not going to keep you. I've got things to do. But I'm going to keep working on these, and if I get them looking the way I want, I'll show them to you next video. Trying to keep the videos a little shorter, because they're just easier to watch, you know. All right, guys, let's all take care of each other. Bye.